Nothing beats a good beer.
Now everybody's died, so until our tears are dried, we'll drink and drink and drink and drink, and then we'll drink some more.
What's up, people? Welcome to SID EFFECT. Now today, we're going to talk about one of the greatest villains ever created in pop culture. Of course, after Mojo Jojo.
Hey, you kids, get out of my moat! It is not made to be played in! I must remember to destroy those kids after my breakfast has been eaten.
Ever since the release of Killing Joke, no, not that one. Yeah, this one. Writers have been infatuated with the origin story of Joker, but they clearly understand that his origin is and should remain a mystery. And even when they have a unique take on him, they make sure to maintain a mystique. So today, let's try to understand why he has such a mysterious origin and how this uncertainty is a powerful part of his mythos and how it's affecting our society today. Now today, let's start this conversation with one of the biggest influences in comic book history ever, and the guy who actually started this infatuation with Joker's origin, Sir Alan Moore. In his graphic novel The Killing Joke, we get an account of the Joker being a failed comedian who's crossed by the mob. Later, the Joker admits himself to not knowing if that was really true. Sometimes he remembers it one way and sometimes another. But either way, if he was going to have a past, he'd want it to be multiple choice. This is because he wasn't sure himself what fractions of his memory were really true. He had multiple incompatible memories. To him, it's all about exploring the gradients between what is sane and what is insane. He believes he must have had one bad day which pushed him over the edge. As a result of that, he thinks that's enough to push Commissioner Gordon over the prison of Arkham Asylum. He engineers a day for Gordon, as if taken straight out of a horror movie. He takes him through a ride, but instead of the sweet and beautiful things they're shown on the screen, he's shown pictures of his daughter, naked body, broken, bleeding, and brutally raped. The fact that Gordon, after all that, still remains sane suggests that Joker might have been wrong, and maybe so were his memories. Today, we kind of take granted that Joker is insane, but it's that insanity that makes him so compelling. In the early days, Joker was just another run-of-the-mill crook in clown makeup who just enjoyed laughing at his own jokes. But Moore, by making him completely divorced from reality, not only got to play with his origin story, but also made Joker a funhouse mirror image of Batman, who because of his one bad day, became the Caped Crusader, and arguably is just as insane. And mostly everyone agrees with this. We understand the difference, but yet we can see the similarity, that these two are just as equally scared, but they have very different ways to deal with their suffering. After seeing the tragic and definitely overused death scene of Batman's parents, he has constructed a meaning out of this day. He decided that he won't let this happen to any other kid in Gotham ever again. Whereas Joker, he has completely embraced the absurdity of life. And just like the world itself, his backstory is also meaningless and arbitrary.
Here's a quote from Killing Joke. Memory's so treacherous. One moment you're lost in a carnival of delights, with the poignant childhood aromas, the flashing neon of puberty, all that sentimental candy floss. Next, it leads you somewhere you don't want to go, somewhere dark and cold and filled with the damp, ambiguous shapes of things you'd hope were forgotten. Memories can be vile, repulsive little brutes. Like children, I suppose.
Lying to everyone, trying to bring forth the ugly face of the earth. But even after all that, his past is kept a secret. He's only used as a foil to Batman, a complete counterpart. When Batman wants to show Gotham the best in a human, Joker just tries to bring out all the worst parts of it. Max Landis explains this the best in Adventures of Superman. He said, Joker is a blank slate that wears various personas, from a buffoonish thug to a murderous mobster, from Cesar Romero to Heath Ledger. And with each persona comes their own origin. And very interestingly, Landis criticizes us, the audience, for madly loving Joker. Superman acts as a mouthpiece and does one thing no one ever does. He laughs at the Joker. You're nothing. You're a goofy idea that only a child would think is cool. The only thing certain about you is the uncertainties. Any writer could write you, any actor could play you. All they need to do is make up their own version and people will applaud. But no one will actually ever applaud you. But still, my favorite take on the Joker as of now is gonna be by Scott Snyder. And there's way too much we can learn about ourselves from his take. Now, the first thing Scott Snyder changed about the Joker was that Joker no longer wanted his past to be a multiple choice question, but rather he wanted to be a choose your own adventure. He, unlike Moore's Insane and Nolan's Liar, uses the mystery of his origin as a weapon against Batman. In this run, the biggest fear for Batman is that he thinks he doesn't know the city as well as he thinks he did. And Joker uses that to fabricate a lie that Gotham is actually Joker's city and not Batman's. Now, before this, there were a bunch of issues where Batman went into the past and he was a part of every major thing that happened in Gotham. Joker's pictures are found close to almost every major disaster that has ever happened in Gotham. He's even seen when the British finally came to Gotham's harbor. And Healing Potion is also found in his lair, similar to immortals like Vandal Savage, Ra's al Ghul, and Keanu Reeves. Most importantly, it confirms to Batman that Joker and him are just as old as the city, and they are not fighting for good or wrong, they're actually fighting for the soul of the city. He also does the same with a psychiatrist working at Arkham. He makes her believe that Joker has a past, he was abused as a child, and that is what made him what he is. She even finds a trail of documents, but when confronted with multiple contradicting accounts by other inmates, she runs off and she goes to the co-worker who helped her find all these clues. But lo and behold, it turns out that co-worker has always been Joker. I did my best to come up with a story that you wanted, the one you needed, the grim and grimy tale of woe, the one a publisher would lay down 6 figures for. What this all leads to is what is called scientifically as confirmation bias, or in layman's term, we see what we want to believe. And in doing so, the Joker creates what is called an echo chamber. This is when a group of people surround themselves with people of similar thinking, and all of them combined start ignoring all the evidence that is contradicting to what their ideology is. Now, seeing this, you might be thinking to yourself, wait a minute, isn't that what's happening on news every single day now? You won't be wrong.
No shit, Sherlock!
In today's world, almost everyone surrounds themselves in an echo chamber. Everyone starts ignoring every other evidence that is contradicting to what they believe. And that's not exactly right. And people aren't the only ones who are doing this, as very clearly shown in the latest Joker movie.
Everybody just yells and screams at each other. Nobody's civil anymore.
But what can we do about it? Well, you're gonna have to do something that almost no one really likes to do anymore. Reading. Whenever you read or come across something that you really agree with or you really like, try to go online and read what other people are saying about it. What people you don't agree with are saying about it. That will give you an idea of what actually is going around. And maybe you will come across facts that you didn't know before. And the more you know, the better you will be able to decide what is right and what is wrong. Now, I know it can be very scary with the amount of content that is being generated out there today. So try to have a few sources, ones you agree with, ones you don't, and ones which are somewhere in the middle. But again, the first step to improve yourself is gonna be admitting to yourself that maybe you're wrong. Trying to have an open mind about your own opinions is very important today, and that will really help you decide what really is right and what is wrong. And if all that is giving you anxiety, I totally understand, and as usual, I've put a bunch of links in the description which can help you with the anxiety. So yeah, today we're gonna end with that. Please do let me know in the comments what your favorite version of the Joker is, and what's the most important thing to you about Joker. With that said, I think you've had enough of me for a day. Please do like, share and subscribe, and be nice to each other. Sit out. Cheers. Ah.